You are going to learn how to make the perfect whipped cream candle every single time with these 3 secrets. In order to show you the 3 secrets of making the perfect whipped candle, I'm actually going to have to go ahead and make a candle. So let's go ahead and start out by melting our wax. So this part is very important just in general when you're making a candle, and the theme of this video is going to be temperature. That's what you need to know in order to make the perfect whipped cream candle every single time is temperature. So just to start us off with this temperature theme, the temperature that you add fragrance oil should be between 180 and 175 degrees Fahrenheit. The reason why we add the fragrance oil at that temperature is that is the temperature in which the fragrance oil is going to bind best to the wax, and it's going to give you a strong smelling candle. So I just wanted to kind of note that real quick while we're making this candle. And then we're going to go ahead, we're just going to attach the wick in with a little bit of hot glue to our jar and go ahead and pour our candle in. Now, it's important to note that we are not going to fill this candle up all of the way, right? Because we need some room for the whipped cream frosting. So go ahead and stop about 3/4 of the way down is where you want to stop pouring. So we're going to leave a little bit of room at the top of the candle for the piping. So at the same time, what we're going to do is go ahead and pour our embeds. The key to this is pouring slow and very close to the container. You never want to pour when your wax is too hot. That would be a whole nother video. So if you want that video, let me know. Allow our wax to cool for a little bit. If you don't want to add fragrance oil, you certainly don't have to. I went ahead, I added the fragrance oil and I gave it a really good mix. I mix for a couple of minutes when I'm doing this. So really take your time. There is absolutely no rush during this phase. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour this into a different container. Now, when I'm talking about consistency, you're going to notice that when you first allow this to sit, it's going to be almost an opaque color, and you're going to want to go around the edges, like get all of the wax to be the same consistency. We want to make sure that everything's mixed in. You really have to take your spatula and like scrape at the sides and then get the bottom of the container. It's really easy to try to miss things or not to mix your wax enough when you're in this phase. So come in, make sure that you're mixing everything together because we want all of the wax to be the same consistency. So give it a really good mix. And what you're going to notice is it's going to take a while in the beginning and then everything's going to happen so quickly. So be ready, have your hand mixer ready, have it plugged in, and be ready for when the wax is ready to be cooled down. And now that we have the wax to this consistency with hand mixing, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and hit it with the hand mixer. So you really need the hand mixer to make sure that everything is consistently mixed and to make sure that the wax is at a true temperature. Now let me show you what I mean by that. So let's go ahead and mix this really quick, and it doesn't take long, maybe like 10 seconds with the hand mixer. Now this is not where we need to be for our consistency. So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and let this sit for another minute and then come back. And now I'm going to hit it with the hand mixer again. And we'll go ahead and check the consistency. Now, like I said, everything moves pretty quickly from this point forward. So go ahead and check to see if you got a peak. And as you can see right here, the wax is holding its peak. So even though I just hit it with the hand mixer, which makes the wax seem a little bit more fluid or more of the whole pile is the consistently same temperature, this is holding its peak. It is very much like a thick frosting or a very thick whipped cream consistency. It's not coming off the spatula, it's not gooey, it's not applesaucey, it actually looks like a whipped wax. The third secret is you need to move quick. So the first one is how important temperature is. The second one is the consistency of the wax has to be able to create this peak. And the third tip is move quick. So at this point, you do not have time to go do anything else. You need to get this into your piping bag as quick as possible and get it onto our candle. So go ahead and grab your piping bag and go ahead and put the mixture in there. And this is kind of where you can tell just how amazing everything is gonna look. I love the way that this looks. Like, it seriously looks like a frosting that you could go ahead and eat. Obviously not edible, but it looks absolutely amazing. So although we need to move quick, so what I did with this one is I just went ahead and instead of doing like a swirl, I just kind of did a quick squeeze and made little blobs of the frosting. And I really like the way that that turned out. So I really like the way that it looked. And then I went ahead and topped it off with just a couple of embeds. So I think I'm gonna put 3 on this one. And then same thing, just to show you that like you're not super rushing, you just have to have a little bit of hustle. You can do multiple candles with this method. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to another candle. And you have to move quickly, but not so quickly that you don't take your time to make the candle look nice. So we're moving quick, but we're not like running around in a chaos. So it's just an art of being able to be like, okay, I need to move quickly, but I need to also take my time and make sure everything looks nice. And I think on this candle, I'm gonna go with a little bit of a darker embed just to see how it looks compared to the one with the lighter embed. And seriously, follow these 3 tips and you will make the perfect whipped cream candle every time. If there is anything else that you want to know about candle making, just throw something down in the comments below. I can certainly make another video. If I went too quick on how to place the wick, or how to get a strong cold throw, or how to get a strong hot throw,